Good afternoon. I have quite a few things at the top, but then we will take plenty of questions. I wanted to take a moment at the top of our briefing today to note that on this day, 21 years ago, President Clinton announced the naming of the White House briefing room for former Press Secretary James Brady. Brady, as many of you are probably aware, was severely wounded in a 1981 assassination attempt on President Reagan, and later became a prominent gun violence prevention advocate. During the campaign, President Biden laid out an ambitious plan to make our community safer. And that's why, in part yesterday, senior members of his team, Domestic Policy Advisor Susan Rice, White House Public Engagement Director Cedric Richmond, hosted a virtual discussion with leaders of gun violence prevention groups to discuss our shared goals. The very gun violence prevention organization named for James Brady was part of that discussion, along with Giffords, Everytown for Gun Safety, and Moms Demand Action. These organizations all have a critical role to play. Gun violence may not be in the headlines today or right now, but gun violence continues to fracture American communities and American families every single day. Last year, we saw a historic spike in homicides across America, and we know gun violence in our cities disproportionately affects Black and Brown individuals. Last month, we also saw a near record increase in the number of gun sales. We look forward to working with gun violence survivors and advocates and sharing more in the weeks and months ahead about our efforts to make our communities safer. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jen. Does the White House believe it can take executive action to address gun control, or is it going to take a legislative approach? And if you do believe you can take executive action, why haven't you done so yet?
Well, first I will say that, the president addressing gun violence in the country and putting in place additional safety measures is something that the president has a personal commitment to, and his history on this issue is evidence of that. He's obviously taken on the NRA twice and won, and he is happy and eager to do that in the future. Part of our engagement is working with groups to determine what the steps are that can be taken, but I don't have anything to preview for you at this point in terms of what the policy will look like or what form it will take.
One other one. How much does the president want to spend on an infrastructure package?
How much?
How much?
Wait until it's a process of ongoing discussion. Obviously, part of our Build Back Better agenda that he talked about on the campaign trail is an investment in infrastructure. The meeting this morning was a reflection of how important it is to him to meet with bipartisan leaders and have a discussion about what's required in states and communities. But I don't have a number for you. We're not at that stage in the process quite yet.
Just one other one on New York City.